drink some beer! 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 Oh. Guys, Wednesday. I really did. I tried to do a brew review. I actually made it down here. I had the lights and the camera rolling, and didn't quite work out. Somebody wanted Chinese, and the place always lies, but seeing how they lie, it's kind of hard to get too pissed off. Except there is a scenario where, you know, it's not going to be there for 45 minutes for an hour. Doon, 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 doon. Psh, ding dong. Really? You know, that could actually have a fail. Let's just say that you were at least 35-40 minutes away from your house, and someone said it's going to be at least an hour before we get there. You're like, hey, not a problem. So 20 minutes later, when the dude is ringing your doorbell and you're still 20 minutes away, that is a fail. Okay, well, for starters, today we're going to be looking at Tasting Room Series Blonde Ale from Boulevard Brewing Company. This is another one from Dino Boulevard. And there was a package here when I got home, and it was from Ed. There was items in there for Christine. She likes her wine, and Ed was kind enough to she can show you the stuff, but I know this can't all be Ed. So Ed, you can show your lovely wife Jules this as my comment, because if you're the one that put that together, you're a homo. It was a couple bottles of wine, some sausage. Well, that could have been it. That could have been Ed, actually. 2 different kinds of cheese, some specialty cheese knives, and some candles. It could have been Ed, which would explain a few things and why he's getting a hotel room instead of shacking up here for the shoot this year. Okay, enough of picking on Ed. So that stuff was pretty cool. And then he sent me 5 beers, but we've already taken a look at this one, so I'm just gonna take a look at this one without you, or throw it in at the end. Not today because it's not chilled. Another one from O'Fallon, 5-day IPA, and this one I couldn't find it on the other one, so Lord knows if it's actually on this one. Yeah, I don't see an alcohol percentage. Then we got 3 things from Crown Valley Brewing. Coming in at 6.9% is Big Bison Ale. And then Farmhouse Lager at 4.7%. And last and definitely not least is Gunslinger. This is a IPA. Actually, it's a double IPA at 9%. Yeah, we might have to look at this one tomorrow. Just saying. What did I have for tomorrow? What did I have for today, which was actually from tomorrow, but it's going to be. I actually had picked something out like normally I don't do. But I think we're going to take a look at this instead, because what I was going to take a look at is something that I picked up. And hopefully I'll be able to continue picking it up, because it's another brew from Bent Paddle. So that one went right in the chilling loft. And put these over here. Thank you, Ed. And just for Tardisius, of course, this isn't his drink of passion. In case the brew review goes completely south, I have some Irish whiskey from Bushmill. Bushmills is not bad. I mean, I've had most of them. Tullamore Dew, a couple of different offerings from Jameson. Got a couple of Canadian ones in there that are actually pretty tasty too. But I almost feel like I'm cheating on myself. Okay, well, let's crack this open. I don't know if we've used the charging handle lately, so... Oh, sorry. Sorry! Which way is up? That's a question I ask myself daily. There you go. Boulevard. And directions on how to do this. I was kind of wondering if I had by accidentally chipped that little hook off of there, but she still seems to be there. And to give it an unfair advantage, we're putting it in the Samuel Adams glass, my own Samuel Adams glass, so it's not as mystically awesome as the other one, the one that Matt gave me. Coming up on a year since we lost one of the nicest guys that I know. So let's see, it looks like beer, a little on the yellowish orange side. Fair amount of head, considering how we poured it. Kind of has a Pilsner, kind of a, some of the Pilsners kind of lean towards that, like maybe you're not going to like where they're going, but this one doesn't smell all that bad. Cheers, guys. I'm just seeing what it actually says about it. A refreshing ale that balances that bready, I think I did read this already, sweet malt with a citrusy crisp hops, containing 0% blonde jokes. It does. It has that. Okay. Kind of get that. You kind of get a little bit of a breadiness and the citrus kind of kick together. Then there's a little bit, not as much as like a IPA would normally have, but kind of that little kind of a dead area there, just slightly on the bitter side. And then the bread kind of finish comes up a little bit more. All of it kind of a little bit of that almost corn syrup like sweetness that you're gonna get, keep mentioning Tardisius, kind of like I remember that from like even the Coors Light. You get that little bit of like a corn like sweetness with it. It's good. I do like that because the for lack of words, some of them, get kind of that bitterness or kind of skunkiness to it, and this never gets to that. It's just kind of like the citrus hit, and it kind of all pulls it back with that bread or that biscuit like finish. Oh, and again, this channel has kind of taken the next step, and it's like little miniature evolution. And we have a sponsor this particular evening. So this brew review has been sponsored by yeah. He's a big deal. I know a lot of you look back and you go, I'm not sure. I never know what's really going on between two of them, because sometimes it really looks like their relationship is shaky, but you know it's not. It's we're tight. Nothing wrong with that. So, on the E scale, where should I put Blonde Ale from Boulevard Brewing's Tasting Room series? I actually need to go over and take a look at their site. I mean, I don't. I know. I know there's supposed to be like some voting and stuff going on these, and I'm assuming that the ones that get the highest rating, that they would probably add to their lineup. But not to pick on Boulevard, but a lot of the stuff that I've had that seems to be either a limited run or a trial run from them is better than the rest of the stuff that they have in their lineup. I would put this in the category of a daily drinker. If it's priced, accordingly to like a 6-pack. I mean, I would assume right off the bat that something like this is going to be more than your Busch, Coors Light, your any of the domestics. But for the quality and the taste, it is also worth the premium of the extra price. Having said that, I would probably for a blonde ale, kind of like those two little. I'd give this an 8. It's definitely worth a try. And like I said, depending on what the price is, if this is sitting right next to some of the really tasty stuff that I get locally from like Bent Paddle, I'm gonna go with the Bent Paddle. But if this is a little bit of a savings, I would do the blonde ale. And as previously discussed, we're going to be looking at Gunslinger tomorrow from Ed. Ingredients. Or no, that's just a government warning. For best taste, served between 57 and 61, and it's 93 IBUs. Okay, so now what? Didn't really listen to much in the political stuff. The liberals will stay on their mission of shooting down anybody that possibly can come up against their almighty. Well, right now, who would it be? Hillary. kind of gives me the jeebies. I almost feel like I should be drinking a beer while we stand here and talk. I got some stuff in here from New York Half-Ass Prepper. I could have swore I actually looked at these, and that he must have just like passed out and not made it all the way to the end. Did we not look at American beer? American owned, American brewed in the great Pittsburgh area? I thought we did. Just in case. If nothing else, I'll have a few sips, tell you all about it, and send you on your merry way. Do a double shot of Bushmills and hope that she doesn't have something planned for me having to leave the house. It's like, we want for... What do you want for dinner? Chinese? Great! I don't have to go anywhere. Wow, you don't realize how good Boulevard Brewing is until you compare it with something America. Well, compared to that, I guess the good thing for this is it doesn't smell skunky and it has little to no taste at all, which at least it's not bad taste. Yeah, it's... Wait a second. Tardisius. That ain't gonna work because it's got a... So I can take... The governor. That's funny shit. We do a depth charge for Tardisius. Actually, I think it just it just completely wedgied and well, the stuff on the top is going to be very strong compared to how it was. Yeah, that was a glass fill. Has flavor now. See that? It's like light beer, bourbon beer. Where else can you go for this kind of level of shit? You know, I never said this stuff was professional. As a matter of fact, I have gone out of my way to point out the guys that take this shit very seriously, and if you really want to know about it, they could probably help you out. Me? I'm just this guy with an Arnold Schwarzenegger wedgie halfway up my glass. As she slowly ascends into the basement, she stirs cautiously as she works her way towards the guy giving the brew review. Hey, look, it's a Boilermaker fail. I, didn't consider that the shot glass would get wedged and there would be untouched beer at the bottom and bourbon beer at the top.
A Boilermaker?
Or a depth charge.
I thought those were car bombs.
Boilermaker, depth charge, car bomb. No, car bomb is Irish cream. It's not a beer. Now a Boilermaker versus a depth charge, I don't know. The beer.
So now it's stuck in the glass.
Well, I'm sure I can rescue it. It's the governor. She's got that serious look on her face.
Well, it's been a crappy day, and let me tell you why, real quick. Somebody stole my MP3 player off my desk at work whilst I went around the corner to talk to my supervisor. That's fucking ballsy. Sorry.
It is.
I don't mean to swear, but I'm angry.
Would you like a shot?
Shot.
Bushmills.
There's not even enough in there.
Get out of here. Christ, you're the one that orders up.
I gotta go drive.
You're the one that orders up all these high-end girly drinks and takes 3 sips, turns all red, and gives it to me.
Yeah, because they're girly drinks. You want to get kicked? Right in the balls?
No.
Okay.
I can guarantee you
Mind your manners.
I can guarantee an MP3 player won't fly out of my mouth.
Well, It just makes me so angry. I mean, who does that?
Is that the one I got you?
Yes.
Oh, no, I'm pissed. That was a nice one.
For once, you put a curvy chick up.
See? I said. Nothing wrong with that look.
No, I'm not saying that she's fat by no means. I'm just saying that she's got some curves.
I think she just has an unusually narrow waist. I mean, it almost looks like you get like your fingers around her waist, but yeah, it's just on that ass. Jesus, like I always love
I
you.
would really remember that next time when I see a really hot guy. I'm going to do that to you.
You do all the time.
No,
I come
I
upstairs.
don't.
What did you just recently buy tickets for while you're in Vegas?
Thunder Down Under.
And what was that picture up?
It was a guy with no shirt on. He wasn't walking around with just his,
And he was ripped.
Well, yeah.
Because he's the Thunder from down. Nick the Dick from Bachelor Party. Then the old lady gets the wiener.
And I didn't buy them for just me.
Oh, no, I know. You did it to help small children in Cambodia. Because a percentage of the proceeds. No, you're just a saint. You brought the rest of your sick bitch friends so that they could look at the naked guy, or partially naked.
Well, two of them are single. Come on, give me a break.
The old the banana hammock.
They're not, they don't have nobody in their lives right now, so, a little eye candy wouldn't hurt. So, yeah, I'm doing my girlfriends a favor.
You are a damn saint.
I am. This beer review just went really wrong.
Oh, wow. The wings are completely off this one. It's unbeknownst, and I'm not going to talk about it until it's done. But what do you think of that?
Think of what?
In the box.
In the box?
What do
Your
you...
new scope.
That is badass. Whatever.
The one that's on the gun. You got a cover on it.
Well, that's the one for Sam's.
Well, that's her. I thought that was.
I'm talking about that box.
Oh, well, I didn't look far enough.
Well, I know you don't care. Well, you will when it ends up doing what it's supposed to do. Secret code talk. Okay, well, I know I've talked about this, and I have. American beer is almost embarrassing to say that they're American owned and American brewed because it has no flavor at all. But it is a nice looking can, and it's much better with a shot of Bushmills in it, which I know Hasman would approve. Hang on. Hey, shh. Let me just wrap this up and I want to show you something. Okay, well. Okay, I will, tomorrow is Thursday.
All day and half the night.
Tomorrow is Thursday. And we'll take a look at that one from Loan Company. Unless you texted me and it just came through now. That was a Loan Company. We'll take a look at that Gunslinger from Ed.
Oh, and by the way, can I just tell Ed thank you?
They know what Ed sent, and I said that Ed probably had nothing to do with picking the accessories.
Okay, thank you, Ed's wife. I don't know if I should say her first name or not, but I'll just say Ed's wife and leave it at that. 'Cause I don't know if people.
I may or may not have said Jules. But.
Well, I don't know if people like their,
Well, he put his daughter in a video, which
Okay.
that's dangerous with a bunch of perverts that. But yeah, he could have picked out the knives that went with and the sausage. I think Ed probably picked out the sausage and the knives. His wife picked out the wine and the cheese and the candles.
But it is 2 wines that I haven't yet tried, so 2 different wines that I haven't tried.
Okay, well, yes, I knew she would think that was cool. That was a complete set. The only thing that Ed forgot to put in there was lube.
That's Heffy's part.
That's Heffy's.
Because that's what he put on my comment on my channel for my cooking, okay? Did you not see that?
I missed that one.
Okay, then.
I'll have to go check that out. Okay, guys. 25 minutes, and we've looked at 2 beers, and one of them was enhanced. So we'll talk to you tomorrow. Cheers. Drive safely.
Cheers, Lars, wherever you are.
What she said.